Don't attend the event this evening. He gets uncomfortable with you present. She mentioned regarding her close male friend as she admired her appearance in the mirror. I replied, all right, and remained at home. Instead, I gathered all my belongings. She returned at 2 a.m. to a vacant home. She phoned in a frenzy. I told her not to panic. Now he'll never need to encounter me anymore. And I ended the call. Hello everyone. Before we continue with the content, kindly subscribe to the channel and press the like button if you'd enjoy more tales like this one. Appreciate it. I've always considered myself the solid base type. Certain individuals are like spectacular displays. Vibrant, noisy, and vanished quickly. Yet I'm the one ensuring the structure stays upright. For 4 years, I served as the reliable support for Maya. When she decided to leave her office role to pursue her artistic side in digital content creation, I handled the payments for our Central City 2-bedroom unit. When her vehicle failed, I handed over mine and began commuting by public transport to my position as a lead IT specialist. It didn't bother me. I believe that's how a true relationship functioned. I figured that by creating a secure environment, she'd have the freedom to flourish within it. However, being the base comes with a drawback. Folks tend to overlook your existence over time, and soon they begin griping that you're too fixed and unyielding. That's when Julian entered the picture. Julian represented all that I lacked. He was a travel photographer, essentially meaning jobless with a quality camera and family wealth. He lived impulsively. He sported linen shirts opened down to the chest, and he possessed an aura that Maya abruptly found captivating. He turned into her closest male companion practically instantly. Initially, I attempted to be the understanding partner. I asked him over for a meal. I made efforts to discuss his projects. But Julian possessed this understated, cutting manner of causing me to feel like a stranger in my own space. I recall one midweek evening, after I'd put in 10 hours dealing with network upgrades. I arrived to see them in the kitchen area, enjoying a special bottle of wine I'd saved for our special day. Oh, Mark, you're back, Maya remarked, barely glancing from her screen. Julian was sharing details about this hidden art exhibit. We're considering heading there. On a weekday, I questioned, placing my work bag aside. Don't you have an important client discussion early tomorrow, Maya? Julian gave a brief, light chuckle. He twirled the wine in his glass, my glass, and gave me a sympathetic smirk. You see, that's the issue, Mark. You're constantly focused on schedules and obligations. Maya is a creator. Creators must chase the inspiration. You can't schedule creativity. Maya agreed, gazing at him as if he'd shared profound wisdom. He's correct, Mark. You're far too structured. At times I feel suffocated here since you're forever concerned with practical details. I'm concerned with practical details because those details keep the lights on in this place. Maya, I responded, striving to stay composed. She sighed dramatically with an eye roll, which had become her main way of responding to me. Oh, there it is again, the finances talk. You're so burdensome, Mark. You carry this heaviness everywhere. Julian and I were sharing such an uplifting, wonderful chat, and the moment you arrive, the atmosphere just drops. The atmosphere drops because I'm exhausted and would appreciate a sip of the wine I purchased, I answered. Julian rose, giving my shoulder a patronizing tap. Relax, buddy. We'll let you get back to your reports. Let's head out, Maya. Somewhere with better flow. As the door shut softly after them, I remained in the quiet kitchen, gazing at the drained bottle. That marked the initial use of the term burdensome. It wouldn't be the final one. In the following 3 months, I turned into a shadow in my own partnership. I was the supporter for expenses when needed, but the downer during enjoyment times. Maya ceased including me in her professional gatherings, where Julian was always present. She no longer shared her daily experiences with me, reserving them for their extended idea-sharing calls. The lack of respect didn't erupt dramatically. It eroded gradually, painfully. She began constant comparisons between us. If I mentioned my advancement, she'd bring up a dream collage Julian assisted with. If I proposed a peaceful getaway weekend, she'd grumble that Julian believed I was restricting her development. The tipping point wasn't in a shout. It occurred during a moment of self-reflection. I understood I was funding a lifestyle I wasn't permitted to enjoy. I held the steady, unexciting role so she could act the part of an elite social figure alongside a guy who viewed me as mere utility. I began planning my own practical steps. I kept it from her. No debates. I simply started discreetly separating our lives. I transferred my individual funds to a separate bank. I secured a rental agreement for a fresh residence. I awaited the instance when she'd fully reveal her true feelings. It arrived soon enough. The Friday of the elegant black and gold gathering was when the support structure finally broke. This wasn't an ordinary gathering. It marked the debut of a fresh artistic group Julian had been advising. Maya had been fixated on it for weeks. She purchased a $300 satin gown and shoes exceeding my car installment cost, charged to our shared card. I entered the bedroom to see her before the large mirror, tweaking her outfit strap. She appeared stunning. Yet upon noticing me in the reflection, her face didn't warm. It hardened. "What are you up to, Mark?" she inquired sharply. "Preparing myself." I responded, adjusting my necktie. "The event begins at 8, correct?" She halted and faced me. She exhaled a tired breath. "Mark, regarding tonight, it would be preferable if you remained here." My hand stopped on the garment bag zipper. "Pardon me. Don't attend the event this evening," she continued, returning to the mirror for her deep crimson lip color. "It's a particular group. Artistic leaders, content creators, those in the creative zone. Julian and I discussed it, and he feels uneasy when you're present." The room's atmosphere grew tense suddenly. "Julian feels uneasy with me present? At an open location? For an occasion you're going to as my companion? Don't turn this logical, Mark. That's precisely my point. You're turning it into a dispute already. Julian mentions that with you there. I'm always checking if you're uninterested. You drag the mood down. He claims he can't express his authentic artistic side under the burden of your professional criticism." "My professional criticism?" I echoed, tone deepening. "You refer to the criticism that covers that gown? The criticism currently supporting Julian's artistic side since he hasn't covered one round of drinks in months?" She banged her lip product on the dresser. "Seriously, is money your only card? That's exactly why he prefers you absent. You're simply a mood killer, Mark. You're a secure backup that began feeling like a prison. This evening concerns my professional path. And truthfully, you don't fit into that momentum." I observed her closely, truly observed. The partner I'd given up aspirations for stood there, clad in the fruits of my effort, declaring me a prison because a wealthy freeloader deemed my company bothersome. The former version of me would have debated, would have raised my voice. But I'd already committed to the new rental. I only needed the last nudge. "All right," I stated. She hesitated, fingers on her jewelry. "Hold on, really?" I confirmed, "All right, I won't go." She appeared slightly let down by the lack of resistance. "Well, okay then. It's better this way, Mark. Seriously, perhaps get some takeout? Enjoy what reliable types like. I'll return later." "Indeed you will," I noted. She took her purse and departed. The instant the door closed, the burden lifted. No takeout for me. I took my device and messaged a single word to a contact saved recently. "Proceed." Shortly after, an unmarked white vehicle arrived at the building's service area. A pair of experts in quiet, swift moves met me via the back lift. As an IT specialist for 10 years, I understood seamless data transfers. Relocating items was merely the tangible equivalent. Items marked blue remain, I instructed. The rest moves. Make it appear I never lived here. They operated precisely. While they took apart my workstation and boxed my reading materials, I toured the unit once more. I sensed like a spirit in my past existence. I removed my grooming items and premium scent. Her high-end cleansers and multi-step beauty regimen stayed intact. By 11:30 p.m., I stood in my fresh residence elsewhere in the city. It was compact, yet elevated. Walls neutral, floors rich wood, and via the large windows, urban glow resembled a motherboard. It felt fresh, tranquil, solely mine. At 2:12 a.m., my device buzzed on the sleek table. Maya ringing. I ignored it, followed by messages. "Maya, Mark? Are you here? Lights out." "Maya, Mark? Your cabinet's missing? Closet bare?" "Maya, what's happening? Top bolt won't turn with my key." "Pick up." I answered the fifth attempt. "Mark?" Her tone fractured with alarm and rage. "Where are you? What have you done? Your items vanished. The place is half bare. No break-in, Maya." I replied steadily. "It's a move." "A move? Explain." "I just arrived. Julian's waiting in a ride below. We planned a continuation here. You can't simply depart." "Your location?" "In my fresh chapter," I answered. "You were correct tonight. I was restrictive. I was burdensome. Thus I took the rational step an IT expert would. Eliminated the unnecessary element." "You're acting crazy," she yelled. You can't terminate a 4-year bond over skipping one event. Return now with your things. We'll discuss tomorrow. No discussion needed, Maya. You said Julian dislikes my presence. You said I spoil the mood. So I'm delivering precisely your request. Eliminating the burdensome criticism from your space. Mark, begging now, she shifted to that coaxing whisper. Julian's here listening. He finds it amusing, but I'm truly frightened. Rent's due soon without you. You know. I gazed at the urban view. No remorse stirred. Suggest Julian channel his inspiration into covering the owner, I suggested. As he's the one uneasy with me, I've ensured it's forever. You're cruel, she accused. This is revenge. No, Maya. This protects myself, I countered. Rest easy. Now he'll never need to see me again. I disconnected and restricted her. My initial month in the new phase centered on quietude. Yet as mine calmed, Maya's turned chaotic. The practicalities she scorned were overtaking her. Rent stood at $4,000 monthly. Her artistic gigs yielded perhaps $1,500. Julian, predictably, had negligible finances. Her supporters arrived first. Fortnight later, her mom Linda rang. Mark, Maya's devastated, she barked. Do you comprehend your actions? Eviction warning arrived. She claims you shut the funds. I shut mine, Linda, I clarified. Not hers. Maya's grown. She sought independence. Now she possesses it. This is vengeful and low, Linda snarled. You supported her. You owe morally to prevent her homelessness. Return, cover dues, act responsibly. Linda, clarity. No duties to one who called me restrictive in attire I funded. Rent concerns? Direct to Julian. His inspirations reportedly profitable. I ended before reply. Soon after, mutual acquaintance Sarah contacted. It's rough, Mark, Sarah lamented. Julian vanished. Upon eviction notice, he discovered a sudden project in Tulum. Abandoned her with services and minor debts. She's liquidating luxury items for essentials. I cherish my serene space, Sarah, I said. That's it. Maya repeatedly called me burdensome. I merely solved it. Her difficulties stem from relying on support she didn't control. Not tragic. Basic reality. Maya's outreach evolved from fury to pitiful pleas. Blocked personally, she used formal mails to my professional inbox. From Maya, Mark, facing eviction. No options. Mom refuses. Sorry for words, said in frustration. I miss my closest companion. Loan $5,000. No further contact. Don't allow homelessness. No response from me. It lingered unread. A virtual reminder of the protection she dismantled carelessly. Ultimate hit. Julian's group revealed as scam operation. Not advisor. Recruiter for deceit. Her standing in content field destroyed instantly. 8 months on, everything shifted. I'd advanced to head of IT infrastructure. In the exclusive area of the Premier Technology Awards event, accepting innovator recognition. Concluding talk with an investor, I noticed a figure by staff entry. In a known outfit. Identical satin gown from the night she barred me. Yet it hung loosely now. She seemed reduced. Serving as promoter, distributing swag to former supposed equals. Eyes locked. She passed her items to another and approached. Mark, she murmured. Greetings, Maya. You appear outstanding. Noticed your listing. Hard to believe. Eventful period, I noted. Mark, countless attempts to contact. Deeply regretful. Julian was awful. Manipulated me. In shared housing now, Mark. Multiple shifts to survive. She tried touching my sleeve. I withdrew. Aware of your challenges, I said evenly. Challenges? Hellish. Now I see you were my true anchor. My stability. Could we find a spot to converse? No funds sought, promise. Simply crave your words. You're hearing them, Maya. Conveying no further talk required. Why so detached? She cried. Those years. Worthless now? Vital then. I stated firmly. Yet you chose distinctly. Declared my presence burdensome. Called me restrictive. I honored your view. Moved aside for your desired existence. I erred, she moaned. Errors don't reverse harm, I said. Not mere slip, Maya. Months of steadily diminishing the one who valued you highest. Lost me by revealing your character upon feeling secure without me. Her expression twisted to familiar demand. So, stand in luxury attire witnessing my struggle? That person now? Not witnessing your struggle, Maya? I checked time. Not witnessing you whatsoever. Months without thought. This moment. First over brief consideration since new security. Despise you, she whispered. Emotionless machine. Perhaps, I smiled faintly. Yet this machine thrives, achieves, and liberated from your imposed atmosphere. I glanced beyond the platform. Must go, Maya. Announcement time. Best wishes? Doubtful you'll receive more. Exchanged it for fleeting appeal. I departed. No backward glance at her increased attire. Ascended the platform, lights intense and inviting, claimed my honor. Scanning audience, peak satisfaction wasn't the prize. But noting her prior spot empty, she departed already. And truly, the quiet felt ideal. Thank you for viewing. Please subscribe and like. Opinions on this tale? Comment below.